Hello, Torek here, back with more Final Fantasy XIV news. Today brings the preliminary patch notes for 5.5, and I'll be reading through them for you, so let's get started. Patch 5.5 brings a multitude of additions and refinements to the realm. Adventurers of every persuasion are sure to find something to enjoy in this exciting new update. Playable content quests. New main scenario quests have been added. The main story quest starts with Alice in the Rising Stones. There will be a total of 6 quests this patch, with the rest coming out in 5.55. Chronicles of a New Era quests have been added. Yorha Dark Apocalypse. The newest 24-man and final tier of the Near raids will start by talking to the dig site chief in Kaluja. There are 4 quests, and then an additional 3 weekly story quests that may be completed to continue the story of Dark Apocalypse. The Sorrow of World. This is the unlock quest for the diamond weapon, starting with the resistance officer in the locks. New side story quests have been added. This is the NPC to get your Gwibber of all Gwibber mounts, the War Machina fanatic in the locks. Custom deliveries. To unlock the newest custom delivery NPC, talk to Francil in the Firmament. Note that players must complete the quests Smiles Cross the Sky, The Broom Lifts, and Go West Craftsman. Adjustments have been made to the Summoner job quest to be second best. Players who accepted this quest prior to the release of patch 5.5 must abandon the quest and restart it by speaking to Ymitra in Old Grandania. New chapters have been added to New Game Plus. The final quest of each chapter must be completed before it can be unlocked. Chronicles of a New Era quest for Eden, side story quests Tales from the Shadows. Chronicles of a New Era quest Eden and the Sorrow of World, and side story quests Tales from the Shadows. Treasure Hunt. Rewards for glider skin treasure maps and zoner skin treasure maps have been adjusted. Rewards in the dungeons of Ligia have been adjusted. Grand and free companies. New craftable items have been added to the company workshop. I want this house skin. The following additions and adjustments have been made to subaquatic voyages. New areas have been added. A wider selection of items can be obtained from voyages. Maximum submersible rank has been increased from 80 to 90. Housing. Furnishings from the Final Fantasy XIV Furnishing Design Contest have been added. I like this light. I like the acorns. New furnishings have been added. New orchestrion roles have been added. The layout of the online store and bonuses category of the orchestrion list has been adjusted to prevent song titles from being cut off. New Aquarium Fish have been added. That shark actually looks really cool. A new seed for flower pots has been added. Moth Orchid seeds. They can be purchased from the following vendors. The Manderville Gold Saucer. The following additions have been made to Triple Triad. We have new cards. The chance of receiving Triple Triad cards upon defeating NPCs has been increased. The rules for building Triple Triad card decks have been adjusted. Following these adjustments, it is now possible to include both 4 and 5-star cards in a single deck. There's now no restriction for 3-star or less, and 4-star or higher you can have up to 2 cards and 1 5-star card. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the Domain Mahjong. The display of opponent names can now be set to initials. An explanation for discarded tiles has been added. New prizes are available for purchase using MGP. Players can now purchase certain prizes that were available during the Make It Rain campaign in previous years. Miscellaneous Updates. Prizes available in exchange for Chloe's Gold Certificate of Commendation, Chloe's Silver Certificate of Commendation, and Chloe's Bronze Certificate of Commendation have been adjusted. The following additions and adjustments have been made to Fox Hollows. The available trial for Fox Hollows has been changed. It is now Leviathan. New hairstyles have been added. Battle system. Saving Blue Mage active sets will now also save hotbar slots. Loading active sets will revert hotbar slots to those last saved. Hotbars affected by saving. Only the slots on Blue Mage exclusive hotbars will be saved to an active set. This means that creating an active set while playing as a different job or class will not save those hotbars, leaving your Blue Mage hotbar layout unchanged. Slots on shared hotbars are also excluded. Actions affected by saving. The hotbar layout of all Blue Mage actions, whether active or inactive, will be saved to a set along with any macros. Macros that do not include Blue Mage actions will also be saved. Loading an active set will only affect Blue Mage exclusive hotbars. The appearance of the target ring has been adjusted to make it easier to visualize the target's direction. With examples. A new dungeon, Paglathan, has been added. Players may enter the dungeon with trust NPCs. There is an item level requirement of 490 to enter the dungeon. And the requirement to enter is unlocked through the main story. A new trial has been added, the Cloud Deck. The item level requirement is 495. The Cloud Deck Extreme. The eye level requirement is 510. The totem received upon completing this trial can be exchanged for rewards by speaking with Sintana in Mordona. The World Eater Unreal. Following the release of the World Eater Unreal, the Naval Unreal is no longer available. The World Eater Unreal can be accessed via the Raid Finder. There is an eye level requirement of 430 or above. The item level sync is 435. If you've already unlocked the Fox Hollows, it will already be unlocked when the servers come up. The drop rate for the Gibber of Light Trumpet in the Seat of Sacrifice Extreme has been increased. It can now be purchased in exchange for totems from Fathard in Yulmore. The drop rate for the Emerald Gibber Trumpet in Castrum Marum Extreme has been increased. The weekly restriction on rewards in Eden's Promise has been removed. This change does not apply to the Blade of Lost Antiquity obtained in Eden's Promise Eternity. That is normal mode, not savage. The number of blades of lost antiquity required to exchange for a defragmented tombstone has been reduced from 7 to 4. A new Alliance raid dungeon, the Tower of Peregrine's Breach, has been added. This is the new near raid. The eye level requirement is 495, and this is the quest to unlock it. You can receive 1 reward item per week for completing the instance. In the event that you are awarded an item from the loot list, you relinquish your right to roll on any remaining items regardless of whether you selected need or greed. Upon completing the Tower at Peregrine's Breach, players can also earn a separate reward once per week, 2 cracked Stella clusters and 1 breach coin. The breach coin can be exchanged with Fathard and Yulmore for items used to enhance equipment purchased with Allegan Tombstones of Revelation. That's the one where you're going to need a coin from each of the near raids to upgrade the latest tombstone gear. The following items will now appear in a treasure chest allotted to each party of an alliance when undertaking the copied factory. So pretty much everything that appeared in the shared chest will now appear in each alliance party. Same thing with the Puppet's Bunker. Players will no longer be rewarded cracked Stella clusters from Puppet's Bunker. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the Boja Southern Front. Players can now gain notoriety. Notoriety is a new parameter that influences a player's chances of being selected to duel enemies. In the event a player is not chosen to duel, participation in the prerequisite critical engagement will earn them notoriety. As notoriety increases, so too will their chances of being chosen to duel. Note that all notoriety is lost when selected for a duel. Critical engagement Trample Under Hoof will no longer appear at the same time as Where Strode the Behemoth, and the Fires of War will no longer appear at the same time as Patriot Games. They will instead appear one after another. The HP of the enemies in the critical engagements Trampled Under Hoof and the Fires of War have been increased. If the number of players who participate in a skirmish is lower than the number of players present when it first begins, enemies will be affected by the Hubris status effect, increasing their damage taken. The potency of this effect will be adjusted automatically as participant numbers change. That'll be neat. All players will be granted the power of the Echo when undertaking critical engagements with a small number of participants. The strength of the Echo will increase the lower number of participants. The strength of the high morale effect granted to players upon winning a duel has been increased. Completion of critical engagement and skirmishes will reduce the time remaining before a large-scale assault may be triggered. Oh, so that's how they're gonna have Castrum appear more. Players can now increase mount speed, purchase a Bojan Southern Front riding map from the Resistance Quartermaster to increase the speed of mounts on the Southern Front. The following categories have been added to the Resistance Secretariat: duels, notoriety, large-scale assaults, initiating large-scale assaults. The number of Boja coins awarded upon completing critical engagement will now appear in the rewards window. The minimum number of players required to enter DR Savage has been reduced from 48 to 24. The maximum number of players will remain at 48. The items required to enhance equipment purchased with Allegan Tombstones of Revelation, Crypt Twine, and Crypt Dusting can now be purchased from the following vendors: Zyle in the Crystarium, Ilfroy in Yulmore, and Fathard in Yulmore. For Xyle and Ilfroy, you'll need nuts, and for Fathard, you'll need the 3 coins from the 24-man. After acquiring the items to enhance your equipment either from Xyle, Ilfroy, or Fathard, speak with Shitach in Yulmore and exchange them for the augmented gear of your choice. The following duties have been added to the Raid Finder, the Cloud Deck Extreme, and World Leader Unreal. The following duties have been moved to the Duty Finder, Castramarinum Extreme. Players will now receive the power of the Echo in the event all party members are incapacitated during the following trials. Castramarinum. Each time you restart the trial, you'll be granted a 10% Echo up to a maximum of 50%. If you restart after battling for less than 3 minutes, you will not get the effect. This also applies to Castramarinum Extreme. The duties listed within Duty Roulette Expert have been changed as follows. Duties changed before the Hero's Gauntlet and Matoya's Relect, after Matoya's Relect and Paglathon. The required average item level to register for Duty Roulette Expert has been increased from 470 to 490. The required average item level to register for Duty Roulette Expert has been increased from 470 to 490. The duties listed within Duty Roulette level 80 have been changed as follows. Hero's Gauntlet has been added. The required average item level has been increased from 440 to 460. The following duty has been added to Duty Roulette Trials, the Cloud Deck. The duties listed within Duty Roulette Mentor have been changed as follows. New duties have been added. Paglathon, the Cloud Deck, and the Tower at Peregrine's Breach. The required average item level to register for Duty Roulette Mentor has been increased from 485 to 495. The Cloud Deck Extreme has been added to the list of challenges in Stone Sky Sea. The Feast, as Season 18 ends, Season 19 begins. New items have been added. New recipes have been added. Luxury traders have been added, offering rare and extravagant items. They are Edelina in Mordona and Tabith in Yulmore. Crafted item level 510 equipment can now be exchanged for upgraded item level 520 equipment. You can exchange them with Hilison and Yulmore. Yulmorian certificates of grandeur can be received in exchange for item level 510 equipment. Crystalline Rain can be received from Hilcian in exchange for Allegan Tomestones of Allegory. After acquiring the requisite number of Yulmorian certificates of grandeur and Crystalline Rain, speak with Hilison and exchange them for your desired gear. The category of certain items purchased in exchange for scripts has been changed. Before was Yellow Crafter script exchange level 70 items. Now it's Yellow Crafter script exchange level 61. And Yellow Gatherer script exchange level 70 items is now Yellow Gatherer script exchange level 61. The items are Pellitory, New World, Macrame, Wool Top, and Flannel. The Phoenix Triple Triad card can no longer be discarded. Certain items can now be sold, synthesized, or submitted for expert delivery missions. New items have been added to the inventory of Calamity Salvagers. Resplendent tools have been added for Disciples of the Hand. These man-hand tools can be acquired after crafting and submitting items from certain expert recipes. Players must first complete the quest, The Boutique Always Wins. The required materials must be exchanged with Limbeth and Yulmore to receive a resplendent tool. It should be noted that more than one expert recipe will be required to prepare all necessary materials. The number and types of material can be confirmed by speaking with Limbeth. These expert recipes can be learned from 8th level master recipe books. The order of special recipe categories in the crafting log window has been adjusted. It is now master recipes, then housing, then collectibles, then custom deliveries, then beast tribe quests, then story, then Ishgardian restoration, and finally other. Players can now speak with Count Charlemagne de Durandare to complete custom deliveries. By completing these custom deliveries, players can receive guild experience points, crafter scripts, or gatherer scripts. A total of 12 custom deliveries can be made each week, and this is the quest to unlock it. New miner and botanist gathering points have been added. New items have been added to gathering points. Players can now confirm the area of a map where gathering points appear via the gathering log. Selecting the location of a given item in the gathering log will display the map for that area. A circle indicating the general location where said item may be gathered will also be displayed, as shown in the picture. The Fisher action release list has been added. This new action further streamlines the process of automatically releasing fish when caught. Using this action will not only display a list of all fish set to be automatically released when caught, but also all fish available in the fishing hole, provided that they have been registered in the fish guide. The action has no effect on fish that have yet to be logged in the fish guide, and the action cannot be used at a fishing hole where none of the fish have been registered in the fish guide. Following the addition of this action, certain fish that cannot be registered in the fish guide, such as those only available during quests, can no longer be released when fishing. New fish have been added. Dolphins and seagulls will now appear when ocean fishing. Encountering a pod of dolphins or a flock of seagulls will grant beneficial effects to those aboard the ship. When encountering dolphins, the status Cetaceous speed, and the effect is GP regeneration rate is increased. Auroral flipper, and the effect is chance of triggering a spectral current is increased. The auroral flipper effect will only be granted if a spectral current has not yet appeared in the area. When encountering seagulls, the status is Goalstorm, and the effect is chance of landing in a high quality catch when fishing is increased. The level cap for desynthesis has been increased from 510 to 520. Ishgardian restoration. Fetes have been added. Fetes are large-scale games held at regular intervals to celebrate the completion of the firmament. During an event period, several fetes are held in succession and offer rewards to participants. During an event period, several fetes are held in succession. Requirements: any disciple of the hand or land. The event period: the time remaining until the next fete can be confirmed at any time in the firmament via the duty list. Fetes are held 12 times over the course of a 24-hour period, with one every 2 hours. When the celebration has concluded, there will be a rest period of 1 to 2 days, Earth time, before the next event period begins. The timing of fetes will differ between worlds. Players who earn a sufficient rating will receive a fete present, which contains any of a number of prizes. These presents can only be opened in towns or field areas. Players will also receive fete tokens, which can be exchanged for rewards by speaking with any in the firmament. New items are available for exchange from any in the firmament. I like this mount. I like both of these mounts. Following the establishment of an aetheryte in the firmament, players can no longer travel through the area via the face of the firmament. Miscellaneous updates. New mounts have been added. New chocobo barding has been added. New minions have been added. Does that mean we're getting a dolphin minion? That would be cool. I wonder how it would work on land, though. System. The following additions and adjustments have been made to achievements. New achievements and titles have been added. If you have already fulfilled the requirements for the new achievements prior to the release of patch 5.5, they will be awarded upon accessing them in the achievements menu. I found that miner 7. I found that botanist 7. I caught that 7. Certain duties will now count towards the completion of achievements. Following this change, Unreal Trials will no longer count towards the completion of achievements. That's got to be a typo. So I'm sure Unreal Trials will still count towards the completion. Right, achievement, a tankless job Paladin 1 and 2, but somebody's got to do it Paladin. Tankless job 1 and 2 Warrior, but somebody's got to do it Warrior. Tankless job 1 and 2 Dark, but somebody's got to do it Dark. And the Cloud Deck Extreme, the World Leader Unreal. Then Tank You Paladin 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tank You Warrior 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tank You Dark Knight 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tank You Gunbreaker 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the duties are Pathogen, the Tower at Peregrine's Breach, the Cloud Deck Extreme, the World Leader Unreal. Achievement rewards can now be redeemed directly from the achievement list window. Select a reward on the list of completed achievements to place the item directly in your inventory. This action cannot be performed while undertaking a duty. Following this change, players can no longer redeem achievement rewards from Jonathas in Old Grandania, nor can they claim rewards from Ludovrant in the Firmament. The procurement of achievement certificates and their exchange will still be carried out by speaking with Jonathas. Achievements can now be filtered by reward type. Players can filter achievements with mount, minion, gear, title, or miscellaneous item rewards. The following additions and adjustments have been made to Explorer mode. New dungeons have been added to Explorer mode. They are Alamigo, Kugane Castle, the Temple of the Fist, the Drowned City of Scala, Hell's Lid, the Fractal Continuum Hard, the Swallow's Compass, the Burn, St. Moshian's Arbitorium Hard, the Gimlet Dark, and Paglathon. Level sync and item sync will no longer be applied. Players will have access to all actions commensurate with their job level at the time of registration, regardless of dungeon level restrictions. Attack and healing potency are also unaffected by dungeon level restrictions. Performance actions can now be used in Explorer mode. The following additions and adjustments have been made to Retainer Ventures. New Retainer Exploration Venture levels have been added. New items can be attained from quick exploration. The amount of experience gained from quick explorations has been increased at certain level ranges. The following additions have been made to Group Pose. New frames have been added. The Object option has been added to the Character Display Settings tab. The following additions and adjustments have been made to Sticker mode. New stickers have been added. The size of certain stickers can be reduced to 25% of their original size. The following subcommands have been added when using the cursor: flip horizontal, flip vertical. The following categories have been added to the text tab of the sticker mode window: home world, title, class or job, level, coordinates, and copyright. Text coloring has been added. Text stickers can now be dragged and dropped directly onto the screen using the cursor. The duties that can be recorded have changed. Before it was Puppet's Bunker and Seed of Sacrifice Extreme, and now it will be Puppet's Bunker and Eden's Promise Eternity Savage. The following adjustments have been made to the Duty Finder. The names of duties related to the Gold Saucer have been truncated. Parties that meet the minimum size requirements for Duty Roulette leveling can now be matched to duties based on level of party members. The duty chosen will be within 8 levels of the lowest party member. For example, for a party whose members are levels 70, 72, 75, and 79, a duty ranging from levels 63 to 70 will be chosen. Duty Finder settings. From the Duty Finder settings window, select Limited Leveling Roulette to enable this matching option. Parties must meet minimum size requirements. This setting is unavailable for solo duties or those requiring 3 or fewer players. Only the party leader's settings are applicable. Parties must meet entry requirements for 2 or more duties. The following actions and adjustments have been made to emotes. A search function has been added for emotes. The design of tabs in the emotes window has been adjusted. A quick scroll feature has been added for gamepad when viewing the emote list. Press Y or triangle when viewing the General, Special, or Expressions tab to use quick scroll. Newly learned emotes will be marked in the emote window. The marking will disappear after using an emote or selecting any of its subcommands. An icon indicating which emotes can be used with fashion accessories has been added. A help window listing emotes and their meanings has been added. Emote details can now display up to 4 text commands. Open beta for the PlayStation 5 version begins. PlayStation 5 features. Select from 3 resolution settings, 4K, WQHD, or Full HD. These settings allow for a greater focus on graphical fidelity or performance according to your preferences. Enjoy high-resolution UI assets. High-resolution UI assets have been used for PlayStation 5 version. WQHD has been set as the baseline resolution with the UI size of 200%. To adjust the UI size further, go to the Display Settings tab of the System Configuration menu. DualSense Adaptive Trigger Compatibility. The adaptive trigger can be used with certain challenges that require first-person targeting. DualSense Haptic Feedback Compatibility. Haptic feedback will be applied to the following: character and mount movement, unsheathing weapons, etc. Only applicable to your character. Gathering and crafting actions. Only applicable to your character. Gold saucer and toy chest minigames. PlayStation 4 users who have disabled vibration will not be able to immediately use haptic feedback when transferring their configuration settings to the PlayStation 5. To enable vibrations for the use of haptic feedback, please go to the Controller Settings tab of the System Configuration menu. New trophies have been added. New trophies apart from those available on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 have been added. 3D audio compatibility. The PlayStation 5 offers a rich and immersive sound experience with 3D audio. To give it a try, plug a pair of headphones into the USB port of the PlayStation 5 or the audio jack of the DualSense controller. Notice for those playing the PlayStation 4 version on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 HUD and game configuration settings will not be carried over automatically when playing on PlayStation 5. Please use the server backup function to transfer over the data. Players can now switch to high-resolution UI assets, Windows and Mac. The setting can be changed via the Graphics Setting tab of the System Configuration. The game must be restarted for those settings to take effect. A new gamepad type has been added under the Gamepad settings in the System Configuration menu. The game must be restarted for those settings to take effect. The checkbox on the confirmation prompt that appears when backing up character and client settings on the Final Fantasy XIV servers have been removed. The PlayStation 5 DualSense controller can now be used on Windows. PlayStation 5 specific features such as haptic feedback are not available. The resolution of certain fonts that appear in various menus have been increased in accordance with their window size. The font resolution of nameplates, fly text, and pop-up text has been increased. Not available with DirectX 9. The default assignment for confirm has been changed in certain regions for PlayStation 4. Until now, the default button assignment for confirm has varied according to the region where the game was purchased. However, the default button assignment will now be based on the region from which the PlayStation 4 console was shipped. Please note that the button assignment for confirm can be changed even if the controls are restored to the new default setting. This is only a change to default settings, as such button assignments will not be changed automatically at the release of patch. Loading processes when logging in and changing areas have been improved, reducing load times. Loading times have been improved across all platforms. Reduction in loading times may vary depending on your system hardware. Additions have been made to the auto translation dictionary, and new music has been added. Okay, that's the end of the patch notes. There's a lot to look forward to. I can't wait to get into the new dungeon for some new glamour and to check out the diamond weapon. I plan to stream my progress for diamond weapon and other parts of patch, so if you're interested, please check out my Twitch. And I'll also be making a few videos on the new patch stuff, so please keep an eye out on my channel in the coming week. What are you looking forward to in patch? I'd like to know, so please leave a comment. As always, if you liked my video, please like, and if you aren't already, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.